So as you know, Shonen Jump have been releasing some new series to fill in the hole, I guess, that they have after cancelling such series as Bleach and for some series ending. I don't know if Billy the Bat is released in Shonen Jump, but that got that finished just the other day. So they've got some space to fill. So they've had The Promised Neverland, which is pretty good. Did a video on it. They've got Red Sprite, which I'll cover next week because I like to have 2 chapters of these new mangas before I do a first impressions of them. And then we have the third one. I think this is the only 3 coming out for the moment, which is Sahara the Flower Samurai. This one's quite interesting. It's being produced by the editor, the ex-editor of One Piece and My Hero Academia, which you can tell through his art style. I'd say it leans more towards My Hero Academia than it does One Piece, which is good because I'm going to be honest. I don't think One Piece's art is that good most of the time. I do prefer Academia's art, so it's leaning a lot more to that style, I'd say, than it is One Piece. And it's quite an interesting world it has at the moment. I'd say it's definitely a lot more unique than Promised Neverland is. I mean, a lot of people say that's generic as shit, so I'll just go with what they're saying. But we've got this like apocalyptic world in Flower Samurai, and there's no flowers, which is the big thing about it. There's no flowers. There's just desert everywhere. There's these automatronic monsters that come out of the sand because it's just desert everywhere, barren wasteland. And the creatures quite remind me of some of the robots you'd find in Wind Waker and Skyward Sword in the desert area in that game, which is it makes it pretty cool to see them. And the main character's got this really interesting sword, which has got all these different forms. It can sprout like all these different flowers out of its sword, and they've all got different like combat purposes. So it's weird, but it's also pretty interesting to see. The art's pretty good. Sometimes you might be worried that when a series starts off, the art could be kind of shoddy, and then it'll work its way up. But this one's starting off pretty good from the get-go, so it can only get better. And it's just because of the world it's in, it makes seeing like large image backdrops quite fascinating. It is monthly, which might annoy some people. I wouldn't say I quite like monthly stuff, but in a way I do, because it means, well, I only review monthly manga on my channel, so that's handy. So maybe I will review it. There's not that much we really know about it so far. It does seem quite interesting, so I would keep an eye on it. Basically, the world's gone to shit. There's a lot of outlaws and stuff, and because of this guy, this Flower Samurai, he's got this ability to produce flowers, which is, flowers are really fucking rare in this world. So because of that, I guess he's able to bring like a lot of joy to different situations. It's quite cool to see these rundown civilizations and see how he can like come into them and just completely change like their situation basically. So I'm interested to see the different kind of settlements we run into in this series. I was just thinking while reading it, this would be really fucking awesome if it had a anime. I mean, we're 2 chapters in, but I think because of the world, it would be really awesome to see all these backdrops in a proper like fluid animation style, or backdrops and fluid animation style. That's not right, but to see it fully like colored in and stuff, and to see this guy fighting would be really cool because of how unique his sword seems to be. So yeah, I'm interested with this series. It might be the most promising. I couldn't say this is my favorite out of the new ones so far, because it's kind of hard to judge when they're only like they're at their very early levels of their infancy, and you can't really tell where they're really going to go. But yeah, I do quite like this one, so maybe I'll do monthly reviews of it. I'm not sure, but yeah, it's the one look out for basically, and I'll see you next video.